some of these guys, they didn't go to those first OTA practices. They've only had two mini camp practices, and then Kellen Moore, he decides, hey, let's go on another trip. Let's go on a field trip. So how do you feel about Kellen Moore just continuing to build his culture with these team bonding and building activities?
I like it. I mean, the third one all of a sudden is like, wait a minute. You start counting on your fingers. They only had 9 OTAs and 3
Yeah.
mini camp practices, and 3 of them were field trips. Um, I loved the idea of at least 2 of them. I like the one. Hey, everybody, guess what? We're gonna have fun today. Paintball seemed like a blast. I haven't seen the videos and the replays yet from 504 golf. But look, those things are awesome. They get competitive, they have fun, they get to know each other. Especially if you're surprising them at 9 a.m. and they think they're about to go out in this 100-degree heat that they've been going out this week, and then they get a surprise. They got to pick Hunter Deckers to make the shot. He came through. I'm sure there was an uproarious roar when he makes the 3-point shot, even though it was so funny. Somebody put Kellen Moore on the spot. So was it really one shot? And you were going to practice if he missed it? He's like, well, we might have let some other guys get some backup shots. Luckily, he made the first shot. But look, that stuff's all great. Yeah, maybe you could argue they should have done one less. But who am I to say? I mean, Sean Payton, especially in his early years with the team. Now, the OTAs were less restricted and stuff. He was doing this all the time: water parks, bow fishing, paintball, going out to the NASCAR track. Look, it's one of those things. There is this, I believe it's a sports writer for the Commanders, or a reporter who covers the Commanders that I'm stealing from, and I wish I could say exactly who it is, but he said life is just a cycle of teams putting the pool table or the ping pong table in the locker room for team bonding, or removing the ping pong table from the locker room so they can get serious about football. It's like, sometimes, oh, this is a distraction. Sometimes, oh, this is bringing the team together. You never know for sure. But look, I like that he came in, that we talked about how he's been preparing to be a head coach for like the last 2 or 3 years. It's something that he's kind of known that he was going to become a head coach. And he's probably been filling his notebook with ideas. He's probably been having plans. And I just like that he had a plan for this, that he decided that, we talked to him about a lot of things. He does different. They do tons of 7-on-7. Doesn't waste time with 11-on-11 with these snaps they get. They do tons of walkthrough with the helmets off. I'm saying, why the helmets off? To make sure they don't get too fit. Like, he has very specific, detailed plans about how he wants his OTAs to look. And I think that's my favorite part about it, even though who am I to know if field trips, 3 field trips, 1 field trip, 2 field trips, I don't know what the perfect balance is. But I like that he came in with a plan for how to use the spring.
I like it. I'm a fan of it. And that last point you made is exactly the point that I was honing in on when thinking about the answer to this question. And something that I've seen, everything that he can control and that can be intentional is intentional. He has everything just in a place. I was thinking, you talked about the 3-point shot that got them this off day. And when we were in there for the draft, we saw the goal up there and we were like, what is this for? Maybe. Now we found out that the goal is hey, coach, if we can shoot this, let us do this, this, and that. But I do think that these team bonding and team building activities are important because you're going to be in the trenches with these guys come August. And I'm really expecting that late July, August training camp period to really be intense. And we'll talk about it a little more later in the same segment about how he has a plan of taking them outside of this heat to go where they went last year at UCI to practice just going into that first preseason game. And I think even that is intentional because being down here, you're around your family, you're around your people, you're able to interact with the fans and everything like that, which is awesome, cool, and great. There's a level of concentration that you have when you're in the team hotel together and then on the field together and everything is calculated and you're riding on the bus together to the facility. You're not driving in your own car. You're doing, all that kind of stuff.
No, look, I'm all for it. Yeah. Like, the perfect mix. So he said they're going to California from August 6th to August 15th, wrapped around their one road preseason game, which is in LA. That's perfect. Like, I thought there was too much training camp in California last week when they went back. like to me, if I like training, I think it's another one of those things. There's the plus and there's the minus. Training
Right.
camp is perfect. Millsaps was perfect. You grind them. You put them all in dorm rooms together. That's great. No, coming home is perfect. You let them get good work in. No, going to West Virginia is perfect. The weather is ideal, so you get more valuables. I mean, you can always make an argument for everything, but I think the perfect mix is get like 2 good weeks in there.
Yeah.
Get and then also come home. The training camp is long enough that you can do both. I've always thought if you want
Exactly.
to take a team away to training camp, I would pack up the trucks and come back and play the first preseason game. That would be the perfect amount of time for me. This one's a little different. They're going to start at home and then they're going to do 2 weeks out there and then they're going to come back and finish at home. So yeah, if you're trying to debate what's better, going away or staying home, well, how
Yeah.
about the perfect mix? Both.
Exactly. And then you have those preseason games that are going to be down here, so the fans are going to be able to get their chance. They always have the open practice, so there's
I'm
going to
sure
be
there'll be
chances.
another like Tulane night practice or something like that too. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's definitely chances to see the fans and interact with them, but to be able to hone in and get that work done, in which I think, we'll get into it in the question of the day, but I really do think that everything he's doing is intentional and it's
yeah,
himself. He's not trying to be like anybody else. He's not trying to
good point. Good.
replicate anybody else. He's just doing what he feels is right and good for the team. And look, when you're losing and you don't know the person that you're next to, it gets easy to just say, "Oh, well, I don't care." But if these are people that you've done these team activities inside of team activities with on the same paintball team while still being on this bigger team, those are things that you keep kind of in your head subconsciously whenever it gets tough, where you know that this is somebody you can rely on and lean on in terms of coaches and teammates. So I feel like that be able to help with that too.
All
It's
right,
just so much.
I got a bonus question for you.
Hit me,
Got a
hit
bonus
me.
question for you. What's the activity? You're the head coach. Brandon Thomas, coach of the Saints, year one.
Nah, I don't
What's your
want
field trip?
that.
What's your field trip? What's the perfect
Okay,
field trip?
he hit it out the park with paintballing. I mean,
Yeah,
you
you gotta
can't
have
get
competition in there, right?
exactly. You can't get any better than that. I would say, and this is hard because they've already done the bow fishing thing, which I mean, hey,
That's pretty good because it's local. I was
exactly.
thinking of that one. That might be the best one they've ever done because you got competition, but it's
Right.
also local. You like all the
It
people who've
feeds
never lived
into
here before have
right.
probably 80 guys never been bow fishing before, probably, and 10 guys who are like, welcome to the South. That one's pretty good, man.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's not like regular fishing where you're casting and then oh you gotta be patient and hit because you gotta have this as a timely thing.
Right.
The the age old, time tested activity that you can put a lot of people in at one time and have a good time. Bowling. That's what I'm going with.
Bowling.
I'm going
Oh,
with
you're going
bowling.
bowling? Air conditioning. I mean, look,
Exactly.
some
You
people
can rent
might
out the
get
whole
bored bowling, but air conditioning is clutch. Air
right.
conditioning is clutch.
And you know who I'm drafting for my team?
Wait, number one bowler on the team?
You're right. The kingpin.
Colin Son?
JT Gray.
What?
JT
Oh,
Gray.
yeah, we know he's a good bowler. Darn.
JT Gray.
Well, now you're
That's what
just
made me pick it. That's what made
now
me
you're
pick it. So we're going bowling. We're renting out that none of the bowling alley sponsor us. So we're renting out one of those places and we're
Rock and
having that.
Bowl. How about rent out Rock and Bowl? You get a
There
little
you go.
historic flavor.
There you
There's
go.
just enough lanes there to keep everyone close and talking. And all right,
Right.
I like it. I like the AC aspect of that. 504
Right.
Golf probably gave them that too.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you got to have the competition. You're right about the bow fishing. It's got to be active. You
Right.
can't be sitting out there in the hot sun. That was the one problem with paintball. A couple of my kids have done birthday parties at that paintball spot. They treat us great. It's out there on Airline Drive. Couldn't recommend it more. But it's hot as hell out there, man. And so you're not necessarily getting a break from that heat, which you need. So my top choice, I kept trying to think. I want to get in the water. I want to get in the water because
What you got?
that's what you want to do. You want to jump in the pool.
Yeah.
And look, they've done the water park very famously. They only did it once with Sean Payton because Scott Fajita was injured and missed the rest of training camp when
And
they
that
went out. And they had that.
right.
Of course, they turned it into a competition. Who can get down the slide faster on a relay
Just
team,
just
offense or
put the heavies
defense?
up there. Yeah.
Um, So this is also dangerous, but I've never had a bad time whitewater rafting. You ever been whitewater rafting?
Never,
It's
never.
like you get like 6 people in a boat. You got to work together. The
Oh
instructor
no.
tells you paddle hard to the left, paddle hard to the right. You feel like you're doing important work, working together. You get an adrenaline rush. I
Yeah,
don't necessarily know how you can turn it into a competition. And there's going to be waivers involved. Some coaches would probably be scared to do it. But I Googled
definitely
this.
waivers
Has the
involved.
team ever done this? Just this summer, South Carolina's football team did it. It looked
Okay,
like it was in kind of a controlled environment where
right.
they were just doing this one uh, whatever you want to call it, this
Path,
one
stream.
whirlpool
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was that, try to stay in the boat. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. Now, obviously, the problem with that is we don't have any whitewater rafting around
No.
here. So that might have to go along with, if you're training in West Virginia for a week or something, and then you take a day. But I'm telling you, whitewater rafting would be my top choice. But other than that, I thought maybe the bow fishing, because that is what we do have locally here. So
Hey man, sometimes you go on the other side of that levee, and the waves come in quick. We used to do little country stuff like that, man. The
all
water
right,
would be
all right.
low. The water be low. We'd have the beach over there where the sand would be up there. Like it was a lot of crazy stuff. But man, I'm for sure going with the waivers on that. Oh man,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that could
Look,
be
all right. So listen to this story I found. Listen to this story I found while I was researching this important topic and googling and
yeah.
football teams going on a whitewater rafting. Devonte Adams told the story that how him and Derek Carr almost died
Oh,
going whitewater rafting 2 years ago because they were not listening to the instructor and they didn't paddle through and they both
no
got tossed
man,
from the boat. But after
no
that,
man,
they killed it.
no man. See, and that's what I'm saying. These are guys. These are guys who are peak athletes in the world. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you're telling them, oh well, you
You're
have to listen to
challenging them, though. I like that. I like that when they feel like they have to rely on each other to survive. Come on.
right.
It could be
What
more
about
team building than a near-death experience together.
what about skydiving?
No.
You wouldn't do
That's
that?
too individual. That's too
It's too
individual.
individual.
It's gotta yeah, we need competition. I mean, I
Right.
honestly thought about the old company picnic, potato sack race,
Yeah.
egg toss. I
Okay.
mean, let's have some fun with it. Tug of war.
Okay.
Like,
And
let's
you
just go company picnic.
that's
Let's get someone
that's a
in a
route
dunk
too.
tank. Let's get someone in a dunk tank and start throwing balls at them.
Oh
Head
man,
Kellen Moore
Colin would
sits up
love
there in
that.
the dunk tank.
Huh?
Kellen Moore will sit up in the dunk tank
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they get to
yeah,
fire away.
for sure, for sure. And look, another thing I was thinking of too, but I don't know how practical and easily accessible this is to do with 90 guys, 90 plus, because you got the coaches too. Is I saw there was a show that was airing earlier this year with Cam Newton and Golden Tate on this military special forces exercises type thing. And they're conditioned to be prime athletes, but when it came to do that type of stuff like extractions out the water and everything like that, that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
no one day thing, but something condensed and more
Alright.
like that.
They would love
Maybe,
that. They would
maybe
love that.
that'll be maybe
Oh,
that'll
you
be
can bring,
cool.
like, the Navy SEALs in with these guys, then you're
Yeah,
actually probably teaching them some things they can carry with them. You might
exactly.
have the right answer, and
E-
they all love this. I mean, Drew Brees, are you kidding me?
exactly.
Tiger Woods, like, the top athletes in the world, that's what they
Exactly.
wanna do in their spare time.
Exactly. So I thought about that
Yeah,
also
that's a
as
good one.
a
That's
oh
a good
man,
one.
that could really get guys.
That's a good
But
one.
hey, if you want to talk about cost effective, don't have to go far. Right there on airline, they could walk down the street. Man, take them to the old skating rink on airline. Man, they go out there get for the ones who you don't know if they can skate or not, and they sitting there and they talking all that stuff. Oh yeah, man, I can skate. I'm like roll bounce out there. Then they come out there with the little pipe, the little PVC pipe walker to handle them. Hey, you can do that also. It all depends, but
Uh,
having a good time. And I think this whole conversation bleeds into that main topic of it's not bad to have a good time. Now,
yeah.
you talked about training camp being here, being there, being everywhere. You know what cures all of this and what all of these activities and all of that? Winning. If you're winning, whatever you did becomes the best thing on earth. It
Yeah,
becomes the best
exactly.
process. So
Exactly.
that'll be the determining factor on if this really works out or not. But I do think right now that
Oh,
this is
yeah,
a
you can hear
positive.
it already when they're 0-4. Well, they just spent all spring goofing off.